Hey guys, my name's Daryl and welcome to Project TJ. Now this week, if you would have seen my last episode, you would have heard that I'd had some rear tail shaft issues and currently the Jeep is front wheel drive only. For those not up to speed, the backstory is I was picking up some camper build parts. The camper's going along great and I'll have another episode out in the next few days. However, I had my other ex-army trailer on with some stuff in. There was probably 400 kilos, so not a lot of weight. However, it appears as though I've lost one of the bolts out of the saddles to the rear universal joint, and when I stopped at a roundabout and went to start again, the added weight has twisted the uni, allowing a little bit of play in that saddle, which has snapped off the other bolt on that saddle, and then the tail shaft can just fall out. So that's what's happened. Drove home on the front drive shaft, which was fine. That's a good safety out. If something happens at one end, you can drive home on the other if you take out the drive shaft. Parked the vehicle and ordered the parts. Now with the snapped off bolt in the diff flange, it looks as though I'm going to have to drill that out and easy out the bolt. Hopefully it'll come out okay. That can either be a really difficult thing or a really easy thing, so let's see how we go. I've bought a new diff flange just in case. I've bought a new Spicer uni joint. I like the Spicer joints. They're a higher end joint than a lot of the cheap made in China versions, and I find a lot of guys go wrong by buying something very cheap, and they're a low cost item anyway. But you can get those with a grease nipple in. These aren't. I was just after something that I could get that was high quality. I could get it straight away and shipped. I've bought new saddles. I've bought a Yukon gear and axle U-joint saddle kit and new bolts. So hopefully if I can get that bolt out, it'll just be replacing the uni and bolting it all back up again. So it should be fairly simple. Now before anyone comes out in the comments and says I wouldn't put the standard shaft in because I'd put an SYE kit in it, I do have a Terraflex super short SYE kit, and I do have a suitable rear double cardan drive shaft for it. My issue at this point is that I don't have the adjustable arms here, so I'm not going to do that until I get the adjustable arms. So that's another upgrade at another point, but yes, it is on my mind and it is planned. It was planned. I wasn't expecting this to happen. So at this point, let's just get the original drive shaft back in, change the uni, it'll be all fresh then and we're ready to go. So I'm going to use this 3mm drill bit to drill this out. What was interesting was that as soon as I started to drill it, it actually moved and I was able to get it out by my hand. So sometimes we do get lucky. So then it was just removing the other saddle. Now with changing out the U-joint, I don't have a press here, so I use a hammer and a couple of different size sockets. When you have the U-joint out, make sure you clean up the insides of where the caps go. I just give them a quick spray with some WD-40 and I can then get them most of the way in with a rubber hammer, so that's not going to hurt anything, and then a socket on the end of them and you can just tap them home. But enough of the talk, let's see how we do it. Okay, so with this universal joint now fitted, I've given it a quick spray on each side where I flat weld the surface. So that's ready to go in. With our new saddles and bolts, the saddles are actually Spicer saddles, so that's interesting. Yukon are just repackaging them. The bolts themselves, normally we'd put Loctite on these. These already have Loctite on them, so we don't need to worry about that. So we're good to go. One thing to be careful of when you're fitting these up, a lot of the time when you're putting splines together, they'll have a dot or a mark on each of the splines, the male and female. That's for phasing, because these are balanced to a certain point. With this, there's nothing like that, so we'll just throw it on and it should be good to drive again. Now we'll offer that up to the shaft, and hopefully we've got that in the right orientation to match up. Put the transfer case in neutral so we can get this uni in the right position. There are some ears at the end of the flange. Make sure that the unis sit between those and seat against the flange. So we just need to put our saddles on, put our bolts in. So that's all fitted up now. I'm fairly happy with that. I'll go for a drive now and check there's no vibrations. One thing I will point out though while I'm under here is the actual damage to the muffler that this has caused. Luckily it hasn't put a hole in it or anything, it's only put a dent in it, but you can see the damage that these tail shafts can do. So the Jeep's all functioning as it should be now. Moral of that story is though, do a spanner check on your vehicle every now and then. And building the camper, I've probably been a bit lax because I've been focusing on that so much. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you got something out of that, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.
This is how we do this.